It'd be pretty profitable to get electric fences, looks like. Profitable and productive. I'm gonna do that, and then we'll just find anything real quick that needs power plants. Bump those to the top. Just a simple way to do it. Constantly adding more like coal and engine requirements though is one downside. Let's get more of those in Surveyland. Maybe even more. Godaland, Norland, and then that should be more than enough. And then that needs steel. We're going Norland and Surveyland. And then that needs tools, coal, and iron. Which brings us back to somewhere over here. We could max out the iron on this list. The coal is its own damn problem. And that needs tools and engines, and it just keeps going. It just keeps fucking going, man. What's another place we could invest into? Zambia? Sure. Let's build a bunch of coal in Zambia. At some point, I need to redo my navy. At some point. That time could be basically whenever. I do need to disband first. Let me disband 20 destroyers. And then come into here. And then we take the scout cruisers. Recruit from Surveyland. Control click. Bam. Put those on the list. The French are actually building in my country. Thanks, guys. And then just alt click literally all of this. So we could get some better stuff going on there. That's only like part of it. I need to do more later. Oh crap, our money's going too high. We don't have enough of a gold reserve for this. So I have to go back to low taxes. Just bleed a little bit of money. Wow, these build really quickly. A large number of Latvians are moving to my country. Nice. Why am I having multiple mass migrations? Oh, I bet I know why. It's because I have 0.19% of my population is peasants, so there's not enough individuals working in this country for how many jobs are randomly opening up in it as I start building like crazy after realizing why I was so low on money the whole playthrough. This is why co-ops are good. To learn how to play a game. And this was a good starting country. It had a lot of good resources. It had a good, like, goal. This and the Japan playthrough have taught me a pretty good amount. Those scout cruisers are already doing pretty well in terms of building, so I could easily just disband the rest of these and then go ahead and build more of those. I have to once again move them all up to the top. This is a very long list. And then that's the smaller things anyway, the scout cruisers. What is this? Will we cancel? Oh, damn. Too many setbacks. All right, well, we're not getting that law. This whole time, I'm still a monarchy.
Same.
Yeah, I never actually changed. I'm gaining money on low taxes now. The money he's throwing at me is getting a little insane. Liquor is an intoxicant. Let me get rid of my consumption tax on that. That's not really that needed right there. Communication, we don't want to tax that. I mean, taxing just things in consumption taxes in general are maybe not always the most important things anyway. Meat is the default luxury food, so taxes on other luxury food options aren't too bad, I suppose. I'll put one of those there, but oh my god, the money. The fucking money. I need to like temporarily put this on like very low taxes to intentionally lose some money. This is crazy. Get a new construction thing in Zealand, get that up to a nice clean 5. Where the hell's Jutland? That's a good place. 4 more there. Sounds good to me. Nitrogen fixation. That looks like a lot of things to have to deal with. What else could use some? Any names that stand out to me where we have a lot of things? What about Norland? No? No? What about here? That's Zealand. Okay, well, I don't know. I could just, like, add a bunch more to Surveyland because it's the capital. Sure, I don't see why not. Go ahead and add that, and then just literally, this is a lot. Add it all in, because I have too much money. But I think if I just build all of this, and then low tax it, we'll be much better off, and we'll be building things pretty quick as well. This is only a 3-year queue as it is, so this is not so bad. All right, now that, sir, is a lot of money usage. Maybe this is a little overboard, perhaps. Steel and glass are not... Oh, glass finally came up again. Glass. Yeah, we could use some glass. Let me... Anywhere that doesn't have any glass right now. Are these all in my country? No, these are not. Anywhere that doesn't have any glass could get some glass. Steel, I've already placed a lot for. But I could place some more. I probably should place some more, is what it seems like. This is a lot. I know this is going to make a lot of need for tool, iron, and coal. Oh god, tools. I haven't looked at tools like at all because I've seen my private industry's been building them. But 1, 2, 3, 4. That looks pretty good. 1, 2, 3, 4. This also uses rubber and steel, mind you. Add 3 more to there. There you go. And then that leads to a need for some iron. Some. Let's do 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then mostly coal, which is it just has to be built elsewhere. Which I can fill up the rest of the Congo. And then for the short-term crises I've created, my own undoing, I could import some steel from somewhere else. There you go. From whom? The most profitable is from Austria-Hungary. That needs a lot of convoys, but I am about to be building a lot of ports. Oh, Prussia. Prussia has a good amount. Austria has more to fill my needs, though. So let's go ahead with the Austria-Hungary route. Oil from America is not looking very great. But I did build some oil, so that's probably why. Yeah, I got some oil built in my market now. Okay, so we're at normal taxes now. And very not incredible consumption taxes. And we're losing money. This is a good thing. Because once I'm done building all this other crap, things should be even better. Looks like we could use some more electricity in some places. I will add those. Not to North Island. There's no point for me to build there. That's a big war. Egypt, Austria-Hungary,
Yeah.
Persia, over Dynam, so Vietnam. France is just trying to make it a protectorate and has the support of China. What a surprise. This is so historical, actually. Well, except for Austria-Hungary and Egypt, of course. None of them want my help, so good luck to all of them.
Yeah, they don't want my help either.
I do also need to get rid of these here, so let's get rid of my ironclads. What we need instead are some dreadnoughts. So, what the hell? Why is this amount like that? That's so weird. +1? I don't know what that's about, but Control-click +20? That's weird. That's a weird number. And we go... Where do we go? To the end of the construction queue. And boost that all up because it'll be really easy. And then we're just going to be building quite a lot. The Navy's going to be upgraded. It's going to be caught up, which is good. It's not even as big as I would like it. My Japanese one was bigger, but my whole army was less advanced than this. I can't really go for the heavy tanks or the mechanized infantry or anything like that. I can't really afford that because it needs tanks. The radios, I'm not even making myself yet either. So my investment pool is officially spending more than it can afford. Me too, dude. Me too. But you guys have 76.6 mils stowed away. So if I ever need to save money, I just turn off construction temporarily. And then these guys go crazy building stuff that I need. You see here? That's all stuff that I need. As well as other stuff. Because there's just so much construction now. And my queue is still only 3 years. Well, I reached 961 construction queue.
That's nice. I haven't improved mine yet.
I have 30 pages and it goes on for only 3 years now. I'm taking advantage of all the money you're sending me to now catch up. I was at 256 earlier today, so that's like a 4 timesing. It's very financially straining right now, but I have it set up so it should definitely be better as of later. Chemical fertilizers, yes please. Sounds good to me. Rice farms, chemical fertilizers, yes please. More efficiency on food is always welcome. My biggest problem right now is probably just the fact that there's not enough population.
I'm starting to improve relations with Russia. Maybe I can get investments right there.
Foreign investment rights with Sulu. What a weird offer that is. What a weird, strange offer. I have a lot of steel, so relying on wood now is almost kind of weird. I am importing a lot, but more services could be good.
Should have done that sooner, actually.
It shows it pretty negative, but I think I'm going to force that to go through. Electricity for services from the streetlights would add a lot of infrastructure. Oh, God. That could be helpful. But I would need a lot of electricity, which I am building a lot of right now. Let's do it. Electricity instead of what, by the way? Instead of coal. That could help with one problem while creating another problem. So I'm going to alt-click every profitable electricity thing that I see. Oh, shit. Some of these are... No, these are all good. No, these are not. Some of these are popping up in a colony. I gotta make sure this is on domestic. Alt-click all of those, which is going to probably create maybe some more problems later with motor industries. But we could easily get more of that. Go to land, for example. A shift click of 5. A shift click of 5 in Surveyland. 4 in Oulu. Let's say 2 in Urumisa. 4 in Kuopio. West Karelia, 3. I'm just like getting them up to 10. That's probably more than enough. Even then, the queue, still only 3 years. We're dealing with much bigger amounts. We are kind of like, if I was building up correctly this entire playthrough, I would gladly switch to laissez-faire right now. But can't really... I can't really do with that because the laissez-faire is not going to do things smart. I'm going to finally up my law enforcement some more. Our bureaucracy is not changing much recently, so that's good. Because I know I'll need it more later, I'll throw another couple of electrics industries at the very, very end of the list. As for rubber, I think my private industry has been doing a good job keeping up with this generally, but we could definitely do to add some more ourselves, maxing out some places. There's a lot of it in the Congo. There's also some in Kutai and North Borneo. I'll max those out because they're kind of by themselves. It's a small amount. It's a small amount, so it's pretty easy to max out. Russia's fighting Russia again. Of course they are.
Russia's pretty weak right now.
With their conscripts, they have almost 500 men. That's...
Yeah, but I mean... GDP-wise, the power block is gone. They're
oh yeah, I've passed them for GDP. That's crazy. For Scandinavia? Yeah.
They are minor power right now.
Imagine if I played this game correctly for this playthrough. At some point, I would theoretically want, you know, more of a military available to me. So, queuing up at the end of the list, mind you, the requirements... For which one am I putting this into? The Scania army? Okay, good. Right there. The requirements to get each of these armies. What's this? Boiler explosion up to 50 would be pretty good. Problematic policing. Radical. Britain. I don't really need relations with Britain considering it's a player. Squad infantry. Go to land. Get that up to 50 as well. Infantry for defensive purposes. Get my total number up to 200, I guess. And look at that. I got a minting bonus. Now I'm just going after some really weird fucking text that realistically I don't need. Oil-fired plant for powered... I don't even have oil. What use is that going to be to me? Pretty much none. Maybe like macroeconomics. Trying to figure out what researches to squeeze in before the game ends. Because I don't know if it's going to break like it did with the last one now that Narfi has a new computer and it's been some time. But I guess we'll see. Some munition plants will definitely end up being useful though to go along with all of this stuff. So I'll put one more in each Gotaland and Scania. You know, one more at least. Military shipyard. Seems like it could be useful. We have one there, one there. Give me one more in Scania. And then... yeah, that's probably fine for right now. I mean, who knows? Maybe we need more. We need also some arms. Where the hell are the arms? This list gets so long, I almost never know where anything is. Godaland could definitely use some, as could Scania. Scania already has two. So that looks much better. Artie for Godaland and Scania would be pretty nice. I'll do that. And then military shipyards. I guess I could put one more on Surveyland. Sure, why not? This is just at the end of the list. This isn't even accounting for, say, like, this war machine industry. Not even looking at that. And there's still other things that I haven't even really gotten into. For example, with oil, I could be making automobiles. But I don't have automobiles. Automobiles? That's a weird word. There's a slight benefit to productivity by getting all of the military things. Maybe not all of them, but I'm going to do it anyway. All these things automated, less laborers. We don't have, we have no peasants. We're relying on just others moving to us is what we're doing. These electric streetlights were nice though.
Carrier.
You have a fucking aircraft carrier. Oh god, I can make my UI glitch out a lot. Oh god.
Oh, hey, China has performed.
That's a China, alright. Something to enact a parliamentary republic. This is something I wouldn't necessarily mind, given how things have gone. Parliamentary versus presidential. What's the difference? Government size difference, authority difference, legitimacy difference, including head of state and government. Huh. Leader of the legislature acts as a head of state, is referred to as chancellor. That is interesting. Most don't want it. The Church of Sweden especially being one that doesn't want it. Yeah, that would radicalize too many. So, yeah, it's not happening. Oh, we have an electricity shortage. That is certainly of my own design making. I'm just gonna alt-click up a bunch more of these until the problem is solved. Because I do agree that this is probably all my fault. So I will solve it. There you go. Foreign investment rights. And that's going to make even more demand, of course, for coal and engines. It never ends. It never ends. Go to land, get 5. Surveyland, get 5. Don't forget about steel. Zealand, get 5. And as we know, coal is generally just not domestic. I'm really just going to build up the rest of the coal that I can at the end of the list now. Because it's only 4 years. So, let's go. Why not? Iron is still one of those tricky things. So I'm going to add more iron to the end of the list. Max out Oulu, I suppose. Sure, max out West Karelia while I'm at it. And that kind of gets it mostly under control, probably. I'm taking a guess. I haven't really been building more in the way of explosives. Norland could use like 5 of those fuckers. Western Norway, let's put 5 of those fuckers. Well, a lot of places just don't have any. So I'll throw a lot of these towards the end of the list. Well, not a lot of places need this, but yeah. Put 4 more in the capital as well. Explosives. I really haven't been keeping up with explosives. Fertilizer. I'm sure we could use a little bit more of that. Surveyland, get that up. Get Godaland up. Get Jutland up. And this adds a demand of iron and sulfur. Sulfur is something I really don't look at very often. It looks like we could definitely do with some more of that, yeah. This is all from Norway's side. This is all Norway's stuff. Get that maxed. Max that out. Just max out all the domestic sulfur. There is non-domestic sulfur to also be exploited. And that just uses tools, engines, coal, all that stuff. It just goes on forever. Meat could be better, I'm noticing. We don't necessarily make enough meat. Well, I have a way to solve that I haven't turned on yet, which is to make the mechanized slaughterhouses turn on. So I'm going to turn those on, and that should hopefully help with the meat problem. I know for a fact we'll need more electric building industry stuff, so I'm going to add some more of that. to the end of the list. Just a whole bunch. I don't have any luxury clothes imports, but I could use them. I could. The British market is probably a pretty reliable source. So I'll get it from the Brits. Let me get to that part of the list. I'm going to add on some Lancers to the Gotaland army. Just shift 5. There you go. And I'll definitely add on some Lancers to the Scania army. There you go. And then I could also potentially go for more foreign investment. At that point, it would be all like siege artillery and stuff. Yeah, the rest of it would all just be siege artillery. This is for the Scania army. Yeah, fuck it. Let's go ahead and set that up so that's maxed out. I don't know if it'll really have a use by this point. I kind of really delayed myself with my suboptimal playing this time with those subsidies. They have way more of an effect than I thought they would. Because it said it just covers the difference, and so I never expected it to turn out the way that it turned out. I could import oil from Russia. That could maybe allow me to use more oil. I wonder what production of oil looks like in the world. Can I actually see that? Probably can somewhere. You know, we really don't colonize at this point, so I can really just start degrading the shit out of the colonial affairs and upgrading the law enforcement in its place, because we just don't need it. Common enmity to Austria-Hungary, pro-British associations, industrialists. That's good. Encourage them. Yeah, fuck Austria-Hungary. They're still my rival. They still think me a rival. Fuck those guys. Who's this? No colonial affairs if invited. That's an interesting one. Yeah, sure. I'll see how that goes.
I think I want to call it today.
Alrighty. I think I had just recently like spiked my construction this high to like 1,000 because it was like at 125 and like 250 for a very long time.
Yeah, it's like you invested something in it.
I forget exactly. I think once I solved the money issue, because I realized for some reason subsidies cost a lot here.
Yeah.
It's because there's no subsidy customization. So you basically just you make sure everyone in that job gets a certain wage no matter how much the job actually makes. So you're not just subsidizing things that aren't running, you're subsidizing things that are running more as well. And it adds up to be way more than I expected. But now the country's just taking off as a result. Alright, so it's been a month. I was in the hospital for a couple weeks, but now I'm back and we're ready to finish off this playthrough. I vaguely remember what was going on last time. I think we were mostly just building because there's just so much stuff now that I realized how bad subsidies are and I'm kind of standing on my own 2 feet, kind of. I think he might still be giving me money. He is still giving me money. So functioning with that in mind, I remember I spiked up my construction to 1,000 and we have a lot of problems that we are going to be solving. Many problems. 5 years worth of them. And at the end of that, halfway through and then at the end, we're going to get another and then another full military stack. So we'll go from 100 roughly to about 300 total units. Potentially there's a need for more. I don't know. And right now, Oceania, North Sea. Oceania, I guess that was probably intentional. Oh wait, that was not intentional. This was intentional. I remember why this is the way it is. It's because of I don't need to have anybody down here anymore. I could, right? But I don't need to because I handed it off to a puppet and now they are technically responsible for it. I think I will because I can't station in there just whenever I want. You know, it's so weird, and maybe you know a way around this that I don't. Why can you not station your troops in the land of your puppets?
I have my troops on my own land.
Yeah. So, like, looking at Africa, for example, I cannot station my troops in Scandinavian Congo, but I can station them in your land right next to that.
I can also station your land.
It's weird. It's like, why can I station in your land, but I cannot station in the puppet that I'm intentionally stationing next to. That's just so weird. I feel like I should be able to put troops in my puppets.
Yeah, but they have their own troops also.
They can, yeah, but it just imagine Supreme Ruler if you couldn't put troops on your puppet's land. Imagine most games if you couldn't do that. This is like a rare situation where you cannot do that. Very strange. But I'll just use his land for that. I can't put my troops on your puppets, by the way, just your land. So that's another weird thing. It's just puppets are like, they just get to not have Overlord or allied troops on them for some reason.
I don't know.
That's fucking
Never
weird.
noticed that.
I've noticed that because, like, I don't have anything else next to Scandinavian Congo to base out of except your territory. Which, I forget if that it was part of Congo. I remember you were sending me parts of Congo. I forget if the place I'm stationing out of now was part of Congo or not. Oh, I know, you weren't sending me. You were just handing it to Scandinavian Congo. Ugh. They've been putting out a lot of dev diaries and probably updates. And we got, let's see, we got conveyors, assembly lines for a lot of things. Assembly lines are a method of automation. Yeah. I know we're getting a lot of these railways done and then fertilizers, electrics. I think there's a lot more power on here somewhere, but I think it's later down the line. There's a lot being built to set up a lot of stuff. No, I think I was boosting anything electricity to the max, actually. Not Electrics Industries. This is different. This is how we'll get the radios and stuff for our troops. Electricity, I was bumping to the max. Obligation by Seacom. Why does Seacom owe me an obligation? What the hell is Seacom? Why would this little thing owe me an obligation? I can't even interact with them.
The French have a revolution.
Of course they do. Nobody likes the French.
Ooh, interesting.
Regulatory bodies seem nice. Only 17% chance. A lot approve. Only the petite bourgeoisie disapprove.
The Third French Empire.
Less dangerous working conditions. I like this. I definitely like this. And then the later one adds minimum wage? That... it affects the private industry and me. A fraction of the standard normal wage or higher to their employees. They must pay this. They word that weirdly, but... I don't know how much I like that, but I definitely like this. We're gonna try the regulatory bodies. Oh, a Labor Party. That was quick. And hey, there's an election coming. What is the current status of our government? It's basically all petite bourgeoisie and industrialists. The, what is this? The free-minded vengestry. No other combination really works. We're still a monarchy, by the way, which is funny. Electricity shortages in northern Norway and East Micronesia. Really? Northern Norway doesn't show it would make a profit, but I can just alt-click one of those to the top. And what was the other one? East Micronesia? Okay, that's weird, but... And it looks like there's other profitable things here for electricity. Interestingly. I think this is just a weird thing of I unsubsidized things and now they're getting back up to snuff. So I wouldn't actually... I would take that with a grain of salt. Some of it could be a result of all the railways I'm building, though. The railways I'm building might be changing the demand because we use the joint electric trains now. Could be that.